Hey, peace and blessings, peace and blessings, peace and blessings. Hope everybody's doing good, man. In my kitchen, eating some food. I try to cook a lot of my food because I've had bad experiences locally, and because of the times that we're living in, this is for entertainment and educational purposes only. Because of the times that we're living in, you have to be careful where you eat, right? Because there is a lot of demonic influence. And when I say demonic, I mean really that demonic, right? People listen to demonic music. A lot of people do drugs. Right? You don't see how people are living behind closed doors. I showed you guys my the neighbors that moved out, how disgusting their apartment live. I mean, how disgusting their apartment is. Now imagine if these people worked in the food industry. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? You know, you wonder why people are getting sick. How some people are sick, right? But when you look at their living conditions, then you'd understand why. Looking at that house, I wouldn't want none of those people preparing my food. See what I'm saying? I wouldn't want none of those people preparing my food. This is what I was going to say. To the guys that do content, make sure y'all can see me. Well, probably too bright. To the guys that do content, especially guys that are like uplifting other brothers and things of that nature, I don't want y'all to get I listen to your content too, and I think it's cool and I think it's motivating. Sometimes I think it's entertaining and hilarious, right? I am not against anybody, right? I'm not competing with anybody. I'm not against anybody. I'm not trying to be the next whatever, all right? Because even rest in peace to the guy Kevin Samuels, when he was on YouTube, he had some things to say about me too, and I never had any problems with Kevin Samuels. You see what I'm saying? I'm not competing with anybody, right? Some of you guys have a lot of subscribers. You guys have big numbers. I'm not competing with you in any type of way. I'm known because I've been on YouTube for a long time. That's it. That's why people don't know who I am. I'm the kid. All right? But I'm not competing with none of you guys, man. Continue to do what you're doing. I salute you. Right? We know that these ladies are very, very negative. I told you guys my life story. I made mistakes as a young man. I got married twice. I regret it. It was not in the house of God. It was not before a servant of the Lord or a servant of God. It was a courthouse, right? 2 marriages, I'm going to be honest, I regret. Right? To Keisha's, I'm going to be real. Keisha's. To the Keisha Kulture. Because I can call it that now. It has a name. But to you brothers, and be careful because like I said, they are demonic women. Demonic women. The whole makeup and the clown show, that comes from the Bible tells us, from if you read scripture, it comes from the Nephilim. It comes from fallen angels. It comes from demons that taught them how to put on makeup. Women were beautiful. If you read the scriptures, it says that these fallen angels were enticed by the beauty of the daughters of men. They didn't have on any makeup. There was no eyelashes, no none of that stuff. Right? These women were naturally beautiful. You understand? But the ugly hybrids and demonic forces now that are amongst us, they have to put on makeup to cover up themselves. Right? Because in real life they're ugly. What you see physically is happening spiritually. But some of you brothers, I know you guys are posting videos. Just be careful, because some of these women, like, I'm gonna be real. The brother that's known as Beast Mode Smooth. Some of the women that you post are demons, straight up and down. Beast Mode Smooth, because I follow his channel. He's funny too. All right. He be saying the ladies they be wanting hookah and crab legs and all this stuff. It's kind of funny. But brother, I'm being honest with you. Some of those women that you post are demons, are straight up demons. I don't know how you're not looking into their eyes and see that they're demons. They're not human. They're not human beings. Just be careful. That's all I'm saying. I'm not mad at y'all. Continue to do what you're doing. Post what you post. You know what I'm saying? It's entertaining and it's educational too, because a lot of brothers are seeing some of these ladies for what they are. Who loves the show The Wire? On that show The Wire, and I'm not going to get triggered neither by none of these demonic. Lucifer, let me tell you something, Lucifer. You evil demonic B word. I'm going to send you back to the pit of hell where you, matter of fact, no, I'm going to get rid of you from existence. That's what I'm going to do to you. If God gives me the strength, that's what I plan to do to you, Lucifer. Because you are a sick piece of junk. So you're not going to trigger me. I don't care how many channels you try to use, or if the YouTube algorithm is fake, or if you guys have extreme amounts of technology which you guys can manipulate technology to. Right? But you're not going to trigger me, Lucifer. You're finished. You and all your demonic entities are done. My guardian angels, my archangels, God's army, we are going to crush you. That is on everything that I love. I tell no lies. But who likes The Wire? On The Wire, everybody's favorite hitter on the show is Weebay. And I told you guys to watch that show to see the political side of things. Yeah, you can see the information side of things with the newspaper company. You see the teachers, what the teachers go through. You see what the quote unquote law enforcement goes through. You see what the kids go through with the school system. You see what the drug dealers go through, right? But Weebay, he was a hitter, right? His wife was a terrible mother. She was a Keisha. She's the perfect example of a Keisha. This man, Weebay, if you know the show, he ended up claiming a lot of bodies, right? He pretty much, he laid down on the sword for the crew, right? He had a son with his baby mother, right? She was trying to force her son to get into the drug game. She was pushing him into the drug game. People had to come and tell him that, yo, I know that you're a high-ranking guy, right? In the streets or in the prison, like he got respect, right? Because he put in work. Based on the show, he put in work. So people knew who he was. But people had to come to him and say, listen, your son is not built like that. He's not you. He's not meant for the streets. But his mother was trying to push him out into the streets. Luckily, I think a foster, like somebody else adopted him to take him away from that lifestyle, because he could have ended up unalived, or he could have ended up in prison with his father because of Keisha. This is the mentality and the low vibrating entities that run your Section 8 communities. I tell no lies. She's pushing her son to be a drug dealer. She's helping the man put him in the grave or put him in prison. She's helping the man. I wish we would look at some of the I wish we could look at some of the pictures of our communities before this modern society. And I can't go way back in time to show you guys what this world was like before the Nephilim, before fallen angels came and disrupted our existence. I can't go back that far and show you guys. There have been a lot of resets. There have been a lot of calamities. The universal creator, whom we know as God, has not been happy with things that's been going on in this physical dimension, and he has brought great changes. But based on that, the Nephilim, fallen angels, have been here on Earth. We were kings and queens living in prosperous communities. All right. The technology was far more advanced. We don't have to lie to ourselves. There was no horse and pulley and all this old bullshit that put these buildings together. We know that's not true. That's not realistic. The technology was far more advanced. They had nothing that could lift tons and tons of granite and different rocks, and it's not possible. Right? We know the technology was far more advanced. We can stop lying to ourselves. Okay? These people found a lot of these things after these different calamities, after these different floods, whatever you want to call it. These things that happened, the civilizations that we're living were far more advanced. We can stop lying to ourselves now. We can walk in reality. The civilizations before our modern times were far more advanced. Everything that we see now that is still standing structurally was from an old civilization that was far more advanced. All right? Horse and buggy did not make that. All right? We can stop lying. History is a lie. All right? And if you want to know the truth and the facts behind it, the Rockefellers changed what you know as history in your school systems. This is the truth. These are facts. This is reality, and it is non-fiction. These billionaires and zillionaires, or whatever they are, these people that wanted to control your life, these people hid history from you. But if we could go back in time and look at how we were living, especially, I got to speak for the melanated community, how we were living before drugs, before gang banging and all that. How happy we looked, how clean our communities looked. But once drugs was introduced, the gang banging stuff and all this other foolishness, the hood mentality, that is all low vibrating, all low frequency stuff. And now we see the Keisha, which is to me Luciferian stuff, the Keisha influence, right? To turn our young men into gangbangers, to turn our young men into drug dealers and scammers and criminals, right? To send them to prison, to send them to an early grave. The Keishas. Weebay's baby mother was a Keisha. That's what the hood is full of. Your daddy was a gangbanger, so you should be a gangbanger too. Your daddy was a drug dealer, so you should be a drug dealer too. And his son was not built like that. If you watch the show, his son was a punk. I grew up. I grew up in Mount Vernon, New York. I can keep it real now. I grew up in Mount Vernon, New York, right? Which is not too far from the Bronx. Mount Vernon, New York is in Westchester. But I can literally walk to the Bronx. Mount Vernon is a very small area. So I ran around the Bronx a lot. When I went to college, I met some dudes from Brooklyn. And in my mind, everybody that was from Brooklyn was different. Right? Everybody that I met from Brooklyn was like, they were like different, man. They were like built different. This one dude I went to school with, he told me that he told me some real stuff. He was like, yo, he was telling me like he knew you guys heard of the rapper Memphis Bleak? He's like, yo, my peoples robbed him. He's like, yo, a lot of these rappers that be talking this and that, he said, yo, they don't come through the hood like that. He said a lot of them are fake or fraudulent. He was telling me some real stuff. He was like, yo, listen, everybody that you see that's on TV and everything, he's like, a lot of these dudes are not really built like that. It's a fake, it's a front, it's a show. This was in college. And he was from Brooklyn. From the Jets, too. But he was going to school trying to better himself. But he was like, yo, I'm not no punk. Don't get it twisted. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to better myself. Trying to get myself out of that mind frame. But I'm going to tell you some real stuff. Like, not everybody that you see on TV is gangster. Not everybody's built like that. Hey, listen, salute to everybody that has God in them. Salute to everybody that have righteousness in them. Salute to anybody that has good in them, right? We are living in the last days. This is not for entertainment purposes only. This is telling you the truth. We're in the last days. Demons walk this earth. Some of them look like women. Some of them look like men. Some of them even look like little children. The technology is crazy. They are light years ahead of us. That's why they keep you in the dark. You never understand how evil these entities are. It will shock you. Young man, protect yourself from this Keisha culture. I see black women are killing black men at a rapid pace. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. Black women that I know tried to set me up to have me killed. That is your Keisha culture. Once again, salute to all the brothers making content. I'm not competing with you. All right? And I'll say it 1,000 times, no matter what you've heard or what you've thought, I've kept it real with y'all and I told you my true life and who I am. But there's no Batiman over here. So y'all get that out of your mind. All right? Lucifer, demons, they try to trigger me because they want to see me upset because they live off that energy. Who you know as Tarnush, I said to you before, he is the son of Lucifer. He is also her homosexual lover sometimes and her husband. In this false reality celebrity world, he's often portrayed as either her son or her husband or boyfriend. But he is the angel of chaos and violence. But he is extremely, extremely homosexual. When the fallen angels fell, it was mostly female angels and homosexual angels. I hope it makes sense. Now you know what Sodom and Gomorrah was. All right? Female, negative, masculine, low vibrational female entities, right? And men that were feminine and homosexual. Now you understand now why they're best friends? Does it make sense to you now? That is what Sodom and Gomorrah was. Keishas and homosexual men. You understand? Truth, facts, reality, non-fiction. And the Most High was not happy about this. Once again, salute to the guys making content. Continue to encourage men, especially young African-American men, melanated brothers, to stay out of trouble and stay out of the way of these Keishas. Stay out of the way of some of these black women. I have to be real with you. A lot of them are garbage. I'm not trying to be mean or insensitive or racist. A lot of black women are garbage. They are the main reason why our community is in the status that it's in now. They have been helping the man, the devil, crush our communities, pushing our young men to be drug dealers and gangbangers and scammers and send them to an early grave and send them to prison. The black woman has been doing that. She aborts more babies than any other race. She's been helping the man. You know how many how much greatness lies within our blood, within our ancestry. And if it is reincarnation, how they don't want to bring back certain people, so that's why they encourage you to get abortions, young ladies. Don't have children until you're married. Y'all stop the goddamn baby mother bullshit too. Men, stop sleeping with these women. If you are, use protection. Don't stop having children before you're married. It's a disgusting culture. You'd rather be a baby mother than to be a wife. I'm out. I'm getting upset about it. Hey, peace and blessings to everybody. Take care of yourself. To the chosen one, stay focused. Stay out of the way. Archangels are going to be on the move. Keep your vibrations high. When supernatural things happen, it's going to be crazy. Trust me. Stay out of the way. These demons, they're going to fall. I promise. I tell you, no lies. People with a soul, take care of yourself. Stay out of the way too. I get up, man. It's the kid.